Okay.
That voice just never mind. All right, so
Oh, it revs my engines.
It
it just does
revs
it.
my engines.
It just does it. It just does it.
Like a
Grease.
cold start on a diesel engine in the morning.
There you go.
It,
Greases my thirst traps.
Bo- bo- bo-
All
bo- bo-
right,
bo- bo- bo-
it
bo-
rolls out my Autobots.
and whatever other puns you want to use. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Failed Attempt, where a collection of assholes sit around and try to play Dungeons and Dragons, and it has been way too fucking long since we played. But um, I do want to personally thank you guys for letting me take that break. It was very necessary.
Everybody
Yes,
needs a
happy
vacation
frog.
every now and
Yes,
then.
that was very nice. And I just knew that while she was here, there was no way that I was going to play. I was already stressed in every degree, and it was just necessary. So I'm glad you guys all kept up and stuck around, and here we are, ready to play again. So um, yeah, for those of you that were here, which would be Tyler, Jill, and Corey, the last mini to the just forget all that. That was complete garbage. I was very exhausted. The storytelling on that part was nothing of what I wanted it to be, and believe it or not, the second half of where you guys were is where I wanted to begin in the first place. And for some reason, I just wanted this. Like, I think campaign one was too ingrained in my head because I wanted that weird, like warped shit, and
Reality.
I didn't like it. Um, so we're gonna start again. So, um, actually, what we're going to do this time, because this would be fun, because I want you guys to tell me how you ended campaign one. You guys all individually told me what your characters will be doing. We're gonna start with Tyler or Yorick.
Mhm.
Or who are you playing right now?
I was playing Zenthas.
You're playing Zenthas. Do you want to continue or are you going to go to Yorick?
I'm gonna stick with Zenthas.
Okay.
Yorick's had enough screen time, and he's got enough screen time scheduled in the future.
That part, because we still have a couple side quests with him to do. So
Yeah.
we're gonna start with Zenthas. What would he have been doing when he got captured? Because this is
At
a
that
prison
point,
miniseries. So what would he have been doing?
he would have been mid discussion about how to take over the Claralondo Empire. Just mid negotiation, door breaks down, and yeah,
FBI,
away he
open up.
goes.
Zenthas got swatted.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Can't just
And
park a vehicle on top of a king and expect to get away with it.
maybe in the future, but definitely not in the past. Okay, so what form would you have been in when you were captured? You would have been Zenthas during negotiations.
Yeah, because
Okay.
when campaign one ended, he was still Zenthas.
Okay.
But I feel like over the years, uh, he would have learned, he would have remembered the technique that Malador taught him about shifting
Yeah.
and would have better control over it.
Okay. So what we'll
Not
say,
perfect,
what we'll
but
say is you were sitting at the long throne table in the room of the castle, negotiating your position, literally saying out loud in the argument, like, "Hey, I'm the one that took the king out, so I should get a seat at the table or be the head of the table." And at that point,
I can't be the king. I squashed him.
the door kicks in. As a reaction, you go straight to Octavius and try to slither out, and they capture you into a bag, throw you over their shoulder, and out the door they go. All right. There is yours. Merida, what would you have been doing and how would you be captured? By the way, Merida is pretty much just guilty by association, much like Garrison. So,
Victim of circumstance.
Probably the usual. I'm sitting down at my dinner table watching my brother shove food in his face as he's avoiding his duties that he is supposed to be doing. and and I am probably drinking a glass of wine, and lo and behold, someone breaks down my door. and just like, "You're arrested," and I'm like,
Okay, so just as a point of interest, because this is going to come up, so rather than wait for it to come up, I'll just answer it now. The ones that kick the doors in, or whoever it is there that captures you, are Red Sash Brotherhood.
"Oh, that's lovely."
All right, so that was Merida. And just to piss you off even more, they shackle you and stuff you into a bag.
Angry Irish noises.
Yes, angry Irish noises. Angry Irish, sorry to say. Yeah, Scottish.
Thank you, Garrison.
Sorry.
There you go.
How dare you?
How dare you? All right, Garrison, what would you have been
Y'all
doing?
ain't got in a class.
They may take our lives.
It depends on at what point in time they catch up to me, because I would be
Well, you would have been on your way to Coast City
right.
to find and avenge Malador.
Yep.
So we're gonna say,
I mean, if there's sashes, then by all means, try and take me. So I would be immediately violent towards them because, why would I not be?
that part. With your situation, they would have been more prepared for sure, and it would give you like PTSD toward that first time you guys went down into the Brotherhood hideout and you just got swarmed by that mob when Adam died.
Yep.
So you would have been crossing the desert. More than likely, you would have reached the port where you guys took the ship across the lake to get to Coast City in the first place. Right at that port, they would have just swarmed you. You know what? Just for the hell of it, roll me a 20 die. We're gonna see just how. I'm gonna give you a chance to be as badass as you want to be. Let me see. What do you got?
That is a 19 on die, sir.
Okay, so you kill 19 of them before you're captured.
Perfect.
Oh my lord.
So at that port where you guys took that ship, where Merida first met her future husband,
That beautiful fluff of a man.
and actually where Garrison first got bit.
Yeah, by the hot redhead.
It was before the port, actually.
You lucky son.
I thought you got bit on the ship.
On the ship, but the ship was in transit. It wasn't actually at the port yet.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Before, like the ship where she met her future husband.
Oh, the ship. Sorry.
Yeah. So before that, so as you're just slashing and slicing and dicing and trying to fly up, as you're distracted, they shoot a net up that would take you out of the air and bring you down to the ground. But as you're going down to the ground, you are very smiling, satisfying, just watching this pool of blood and bodies drip into that beautiful.
I also got like blood, like coming from my turn. Like, come on, get at me.
Yep. Just going all savage.
Where's the axolotl?
Yep. Just watching this like rain of bodies just slowly start descending on that hill and just water turning that beautiful blue red as you are finally captured and shackled. And Vidar, what would you have been doing and how would you be captured?
I think Vidar probably would have tried to find that elf MILF that he met.
Okay.
Oh, was supposed to meet and,
at the Empire.
I'm thinking that he probably hey, shit was happening. Can I get a second chance? And then they got him in the middle of the night after they were tuckered out. He woke up to a brotherhood holding a sword up to his neck, and he's like, okay.
Okay, so
my balls are out. Can I put clothes on?
So Vidar,
I make it a habit of not fighting people with swords in the nude.
Yes. So Vidar re-enters the Claralondo Empire pretty much at the same time that Zenthas is trying to negotiate his hostile takeover. Mm-hmm. And he approaches a hot elf woman that he actually meets 3 years in the future. And
Oh yeah, so he doesn't have to explain anything.
yeah,
Oh,
so
he's just gonna try to raise her up again.
no. You haven't met her yet at this point. You guys went into the past, remember?
Yeah.
You
That's
met
what I'm
her.
saying.
Yeah,
So I don't have to explain
yeah.
why I didn't meet her at.
Yeah, that part. So
You get a
um
second chance.
after
Don't
a
fuck it up.
after a very heavy night of sweating and petting, he ends up on an episode of Naked and Afraid where he is held at knife point by several Red Sash Brotherhood soldiers.
Be like, please let me put my pants on.
Nope, you get taken naked.
What the freak?
So while she's screaming,
Just like a party
um,
party.
I feel like honestly, I feel like she seemed like really hardcore. I feel like she wouldn't be screaming. I feel like she would have like tried to fight them, but then they were like,
at this point, at this point in time, no. And that's another part that would have
okay.
baffled Vidar is here you meet her versus when you met her 3 years in the future, two very different people.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair.
So, like, at this point in time, when you're being captured and taken out, you're like a wave of confusion. Like, hold on, this tough bitch is screaming, but she's a damsel in distress right now. So, what happens between now and then? Maybe you being captured and being brought out of there is what's just going to accelerate whatever the hell,
effect.
whatever the hell it is that she's supposed to be doing.
She doesn't want to feel helpless again.
Yep. So she would have gotten to that point at some point, but you made it happen faster. So who's she going to be in 3 years now?
Vidar
right.
when the Brotherhood takes him.
They go.
He just tried to get a nut, man.
Yep,
He's just a squirrel.
Just Vidar just torn out of the bed and thrown over a giant shoulder, just all naked and kicking.
Booty hole in the wind.
And they just slap your butt on the way out.
What the freak?
All right. So
I've been to the crank and yank. This shit don't work.
You guys have to try a little harder, man. 5 types of liquid. 5.
Minimum.
And I don't see 6 of you, so yeah.
I've never done this before, but heavy eye contact. Come on now.
Don't you break eye contact. Don't you break eye contact on me.
Don't you break. No. Oh, don't you roll your eyes back.
I'm a little scared, but I'm going to put my trust in you. Heavy eye contact.
A heavy dose of prolonged eye contact.
Yes. Oh. Okay. That's a prescription we don't want. Anyway, so
I 100% took that from the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
That was perfect. No. that's perfect. No.
He's like, oh, hey, wait. Okay, if we're going to do this.
Eye contact. Yes. All right. So the 4 of you come back to consciousness. You are okay. So each of you are in individual cells.
Quick question: what level are we?
What level did same level?
20, I believe.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
20. Okay,
yep.
Then I need to level up with our. Okay, yeah, continue.
Yep. Okay. So each of you are going to be in individual cells. The difference being the cells are just all bars. The bars are roughly an inch apart. They are about 3 inches of solid steel, chrome, shiny, clean. The area seems very, very clean for being a prison, which you guys are all able to immediately realize it's prison cells. There aren't concrete walls separating you. It's just bars. You guys are in 10 by 10 cells and you're by yourselves.
Essentially in a cage.
Essentially in a cage. So the order would be Merida, you'd be all the way on the left. And actually, you're the only one where the wall to your left is a solid wall. No bars. There's no one next to you on your left.
Okay.
So you're the only one that has a wall. Then there's bars, and really the bars behind you too.
Okay.
And then next to you is going to be Garrison. Next to Garrison's going to be Vidar. And then Zenthas, you'll be on the very right end. So the rest of you, Garrison, Vidar, and Zenthas, your cages are all bars, all of it, all the way around. What you're going to notice as you look around and take your environment in is there are hallways between the cages that are 10 feet wide, and they go on for fucking ever. And if you were to, like Garrison, if you were to stand facing Merida, the wall is straight ahead of you on the other end of hers. To your left, there's more cages. To your right, there's more cages. Some of them are empty, some of them aren't. And you've got all variety and all manner of different races locked up in here. From lizard folk to more panda folk to ogres to orcs to humans to just anything, it's all in here. To your immediate left, in case you're wondering, is a lizard folk, but he is about 3 feet tall, sitting in the middle of his room. His ankles and his knees are both shackled together to the crisscross, like Indian style seating. His wrists are both shackled, and he's just kind of sitting in the middle of the floor doing this, not responding to anything. To your immediate right, that cell is empty. Obviously, behind you would be Vidar. I'm saying if you were facing Merida, that's your immediate surrounding. Merida, if you're facing Garrison, to your left, there's nobody, and to your right, there's nobody. Those cages are both empty.
10-4.
And then the next one would be Vidar. So the cage immediately in front of you, there is so these cages are 10 by 10. They're also about 15 feet tall. So, I mean, with your wings, you could reach, but unless you can jump that high, you're not going to be reaching the top. Vidar, immediately in front of you is a 13-foot, like malnourished ogre. Just like you can, orc actually. No, ogre. Yeah, ogres are the tall ones. Malnourished, like pale complexion. You can see all the ribs. You can see the chest cavity is poking out. Malnourished, starving ogre. Has what looks like to be like a wooden club in his cell with him that he can't even pick up. It's like it's a sad sight. Wearing nothing but a loincloth. And at certain times you can see all of it. Directly behind you, that cage is empty. And then Zenthas, the cage because you're on the end. So the cage in front of you is empty. The one behind you is empty. And the one to your right is empty. So Vidar is to your left. All your surrounding cages are empty. So it's a very large room, rows upon rows upon rows upon rows with 10-foot hallways separating each one that go on forever, is like further than your vision can go. And a majority of them are empty. So that is where you guys wake up. It is, this isn't going to affect Garrison, but it is cool. It's damp. You guys are all in a hungry state, which that part would affect Garrison.
Really? Because I just ate right before I captured.
That is actually true. You're fine. So, and Merida actually was eating before she got captured.
Yep.
So it'd be, right now, it would be Zenthas and Vidar that are both hungry prior. Vidar ate and then worked it off, so you're hungry again. And Zenthas, you were about to eat when you got thrown into a bag. So, but it's cool. It's damp. There are sounds of distant dripping in the distance. Nothing coming from the cage or any of the ceilings above your cages. Just bloop, bloop, bloop off in the distance. Voices do echo. Every once in a while, you guys will see like a carriage of some kind, like a flatbed cart coming up the aisles. Not lobbing food through, but giving like actual trays. There is at one part of your cage, there is a little slit that they can open that is just big enough for a food tray to be put in. And there are no windows indicating what time of day or night it is. So that is where you guys wake up. At this very moment in time, there is a very well-armored, well-dressed high elf coming down the aisle, bitching under their breath in Elvish. I know Garrison knows Elvish. I think all of you know Elvish. Bitching under their breath. This is so far below me. Why the fuck am I doing this job? They should be using one of the servants for this shit. I should not be doing this. But you see, as he's doing that, he's pulling the cart down at the cages in front. If you guys were all facing the front, it would be at that one aisle, just pulling it down, putting food trays into each of your cells. It's a chicken drum leg and what's supposed to be like a potato-like substance, but it's more just soup. But pushing it in. And a lot of them, as he's pushing it in, if you're not there to catch it, it just falls and hits the floor. Because there's no table there to put it on. They put it through the slit, and if you're not paying attention, it just falls and hits the floor. What you are going to see is once it gets to Merida, once he gets to Merida, he leaves the cart, turns around, goes to the cage directly in front of Vidar, opens it up, pulls out the malnourished ogre who can't fight back, and just like by the skin on the shoulder, because he's been losing so much weight, it's now just flabby skin, just starts dragging him down the hallway the same direction that they came. And as far as like descriptions go and what's going on around you, that's as you guys are just waking up to this.
I'm still butt naked.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep. You're as far as equipment goes, you guys are naked.
Well, my rapier comes out of my body, so.
Well, yeah, that part.
Can I at least have my hat?
No.
Dude, a naked cowboy,
so I
give
don't
it to
have
him.
my armor or anything on me, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
They
all.
touched my
Go to my
hat.
equipment.
No.
I'll take
That
off my
means one
armor
of two
real quick.
things.
Yep.
There we go. My armor is off. Still, AC is still 17, which is not bad for being butt naked.
Mine is not going down, but
Oh yeah, no. Yours was modified, so I've got to go on and do that. How much did your armor give you?
well, my armor gave me 18. It was plate, but
Yeah, I think my character gets changed too.
I don't know what it would be like because it wouldn't be 6. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, it wouldn't be, but I know what it would be. It wouldn't drop very much, but
Yeah.
I got you. I'll open yours up.
Because
My AC tanked.
What's your AC?
14.
Nice.
From what? What was it before?
Before it was 16.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Okay. Garrison, yours only dropped by 4, so you're still at 20.
Jesus.
Cool.
Okay.
That
And
much.
then
Touch grass, bro.
I'm imagining they took my ring.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of it. Yep, all your stuff. Merida, yours, did I modify your AC too?
I think you did.
Did you click off all your armor?
I just did.
And it's 16? Yeah, no, you're fine. So once again, Tyler has the worst armor. Always. It's always you.
It's not my fault. I'm just squishy.
Stop playing squishy characters.
No.
Anyway. No.
Octopi are just a system of vessels and
I want to be able to
Cartilage.
look at somebody and say, power word kill.
I like squishy. All right. So yes, but that is how you guys wake up.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is try and pick up the gate. I imagine the gate to my cell is on hinges.
Right. Make a perception check. I know you have a crazy passive, but this isn't passive. You're actively looking.
Yeah.
Does the door swing in or swing out?
19.
You do notice it is on a series of hinges. With that roll, you can also tell that they're half pinned.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and grab the hinge side, and I'm gonna just like kind of grab it and try and see if I can crank it up. You
Okay.
know.
Gotcha. All right. Make a strength check.
So we get to see Garrison in all his glory.
Yes.
So you get to see everybody in all their glory.
Well, I mean, the ones that have clothes have clothes. You were just captured when you were naked.
It's gonna be
Okay.
18.
Okay,
Didn't
so
even give him an inmate uniform.
you walk up to what you can only assume is the door because you identified the hinges. Where do you grab it? The middle, the bottom? Where are you trying to brace?
Like I'm gonna grab like I'm assuming they run this way,
Yes.
like the bars. So
Yep.
I'm gonna like kind of like grab the bar closest to where the hinges are
And just
and
pull up?
pull up. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. It would be Zenthas, no, it'd be Vidar directly next to you and Merida. So you guys both not only see but hear. Garrison walks up and just starts kind of poking around to the door. He grabs a bar and he lifts, and you hear, and that whole side just, and then jams. But you were able to move it. So now you've got about this much space at a weird angle on the bottom and that much on the top as well. But you shift the door. And it just ting, just jams there.
All right.
Good.
Can I? Sorry, getting the fly.
Roll initiative.
Can I
Just hears it gems smooth.
try and crank it again?
Sure.
Another.
Each try is a higher DC.
Yeah. Another heave.
Is there like any alarms going off?
Not that you can hear, no.
It's a 12 on die plus 13. So that is a 25.
That is a 25. So the first time seemed rather easy to get the first couple of hinges out and have it jam. This time you go up there, and even with a 25, you're going at all your strength and nothing. You hear it. And it's just not budging.
Okay.
So whatever you did pulling it there, it wedged and it's not moving.
Is there any way you could squeeze through the opening?
I can actually. But I'm saving that for something else real quick. All right. And you say he left the cart in front of Merida's?
Yep. It's empty, but yeah, it's there.
But it's also in front of mine? Right?
Nope, it's in front of Merida's.
But Merida was in front of me, right?
So she's to your left.
Oh, she's to my left. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, then Vidar is to his right, right?
Yep.
All right. Gonna take another quick look around my cell real quick.
I mean, it's aside from the bed and
it's all cages, right? The
Yeah.
only wall is behind Merida. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'm starting to picture it now.
like even looking up, it's a cage, but you can't see it. It just goes into darkness, even with your dark vision. It just eventually goes.
I'm gonna back up and try and run and shoulder the gate now that it's in its like weakened state.
All right. That's an athletics. What are the rest of you doing as you're watching him just try to beat his way out of the cage?
I'm just watching him.
I'm chowing down.
That's gonna be a 23.
I'm hungry.
You're chowing down. You said a 23?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys watch Garrison back up a little bit and just kind of like barrel rush this gate, go right into the shoulder of it. And as you put your shoulder in, it covers two of the bars. Do you hit where the hinges are? Where do you hit on the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like pop the hinges.
So he hits on the hinge side. This door pops off, swings around like a pendulum, Vidar hitting the front of your cage because this door is pretty big.
Yeah.
You actually find out that the length of the door itself is pretty much the entire 10-foot space of the front wall. Swings around, hitting the other gates on the other side, smashes into Vidar's.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just had to
Loud,
go and step on him.
loud. You're out. You're out of the
Yeah, there
cage,
it
and there
is.
was no like immediate electroshock or any of that shit. But there's an alarm now.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna try and go to the next cage over. Vidar's, I'm assuming.
I'm just gonna say thanks for getting out and teleport behind you.
No, you're not.
No?
Nope.
What?
Yep.
Why?
You go to try to pull, and I mean you guys see it because you've seen it before. You see him try to teleport, and it's just black smoke, poof, and he's still there.
He just teleports into the bars.
Just poof, and still there.
Okay. Good try there, Vidar. But let's try this instead. I'm gonna try and rip his gate open.
Okay, so remember, he now has two. He has your door and his door.
Well, can I? All right. So can I like pull my door off of his? You know what I mean? Like it just swung and hit it, right?
Yeah, it would and then hit his door.
Yeah.
Which now, as you're facing his cage, if you look to your left, your door kind of hit and then went off a little bit, so it's in the hallway. But you now have your door and his door. Your door is just kind of swinging there, but
Right.
then you have
So I
his
can
too.
just close my door now. Just grab his door, right?
As you go to close yours, it hits the other side because the speed in which you hit it was able to bypass all those bars.
Yeah.
When you try to close yours, it just now there's the door between you and the hallway.
Yeah.
It catches the cage behind you, and you're not able to move it from there. You just
Right.
like you create another barricade, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I scratch my arm and get my weapon out?
Yep.
Right. Do my right that does acid damage
Mhm.
and stick the tip of the blade in the lock.
Oh, there's no lock.
There's no lock. Okay, can I just like start touching the hinges with my blade to try to get acid on it to see if it eats away at the metal a little bit to make it like a little bit easier to just rip off?
Just it starts melting them. There's
Cool.
4 hinges from the bottom to the top. It melts one, drops to the next one, melts, drops to the next one, drops to the next one. So as those hinges melt, your door, now that all the hinges are melted off, just kind of and falls into your room. There is no way for you to dodge this.
Okay.
This door, as it falls, is virtually the size of the room.
It falls into the room.
Yeah. Like right on top of a door. So now you're underneath the door. Your door's off, but you're underneath it.
All right. I'm gonna pick it up off him.
Okay.
Just like lift up the bottom part and I'll just crawl out the bottom
Yeah.
part that you can like let it drop again.
You guys are not working with a whole lot of space here.
I know. He just needs it enough. I have enough dexterity that I can squeeze.
So Garrison, you would have to.
So he can hold it up. I can
Yeah.
push it forward so it like sticks on the ground above his head. And,
Yep.
like, lift
You'd
it up.
you'd have to reclose yours against his, slide over, open yours back up so that it jams against the other one, lift his. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
But now there's literally a giant metal door between your cell or his cell and your cell.
Yeah.
But your door is now right there. It's just jammed into the hallway.
The flap on the
Like,
door.
why are you naked?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. We need to.
Speaking of-
there's alarms. We need to get the other people out.
Speaking of which, Garrison, as you say, why are you naked? Vidar could be right here, he's not going to hear you.
Oh,
It is so loud.
Gotcha.
Like, have you guys ever been? I don't even know.
Airport when an alarm goes off.
That part, or any like
Garrison.
any like
Garrison!
any manufacturing plant where there's just so much noise that it just
Sorry to give you PTSD.
that part. Nice. Why are you naked?
Pointy ears.
It's just
Wait, the guard? Guard? You want to fuck the guard? I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, he had a barrel chest. He had a barrel chest.
Yes. But yeah, basically, in order for you guys to hear each other, you'd have to scream at full volume into each other's ears. That's how loud it is right now. The alarm is taking any semblance of other noise out of the room.
Do I see where the alarm is coming from? Is there like something that's like projecting it?
There's no lights or anything, no. What you would think there would be something, but no, it's just a loud fucking noise.
Vidar's gonna point at Merida.
Yeah.
Merida, who is now behind another jam door.
I'm gonna go up to Merida's cage and I'm gonna try and actually just like bend the bars open so that she can squeeze through.
Okay, so you're gonna reclose your door on Vidar's cage as he gets
make
out.
it down the hallway.
Yeah, so you're in the hallway. He's gonna reclose his onto yours and then make his way down to Merida's. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Zenthas, you would ask a question. I'm sorry.
Oh. After I finish chowing down and filling stuff in my gullet.
Fatty.
The flap on the door, am I able to open it? Where they put the food tray in?
As long as it's bigger than a quarter.
Give me a dexterity check.
He's an octopus.
I know that. That's why I know. Give me a dexterity check.
Right now, so I'm just kind of inspecting it to see if I'm able to open it.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check to see if you can figure out the cheeseburger.
That's an 8.
Hamburger today.
That's an 8.
No,
That's an 8.
You can't seem to get your fingers in there to open it from the inside.
Are there any gaps in it?
No, the largest gap you have is the inch between the bars, but you're not.
They put my boy
easy.
in a glass
I can squeeze
jar.
in it.
What's up?
I can still squeeze through it. I want to try to change into Octavius.
Yeah, you can do that at will. You already learned how.
Okay, so I'm going to change into Octavius and squeeze through the 1-inch gap.
Believe it or not, it's still difficult to
We just
I'll
see
do
a
another
little.
roll if I have to.
I told you to roll initiative. You got to roll initiative against the fly. You can't just kill it. I gotta know that you can hit it.
It was his reaction.
But you're rolling as Corey, not as Garrison.
It was leaving my area of attack, so it was an attack of opportunity.
There you go. So Corey's got some skills, man. You don't know. This Garrison fella, I'm not sure, but Corey's got some skill. Make athletics as Octavius. Can't believe he's so calm in that cage. Must be because it's
15.
big. Yeah. So, Garrison, on your way over to Merida's cage, you watch Zenthas turn into the familiar octopus and then squeeze out, but his ass end actually gets stuck between the bars. So he gets about 3/4 of his body out, and then he's just flip-flopping, trying to get the rest of him out of there.
The clap of my ass cheeks.
Yeah, his big booty won't get out of there.
That would never happen in real life.
Zenthas, have you been working out?
But yes. So you get about 3/4 of the way out, and then you're watching Garrison head by.
Yeah, I point to Vidar and I point to the octopus. Like, you get him. I'm gonna go get her.
Get the thing, get the thing, get the
Like,
thing.
can you get this? I'm done with slime. Can you get this thing? Suction cups and slime. I've had enough.
I could like slide a hand. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's an inch gap.
Well, he's already
That's big
partway
enough.
through. You just
Yeah,
gotta
that's big
grab
enough
him
to get like a finger or two in there. I could just kind of like start fingering Octavius.
You do what
There's
you.
the name of the episode, guys. The fingering of
Fingering
Octavius.
The fingering of Octavius. There we go. There's
in prison. In prison.
yes.
In prison, you Octavius got fingered in prison.
Vidar's just gonna walk up to Octavius and mouth, "I'm sorry," and just start digging his finger.
I'm just gonna grab onto his hand.
Okay,
and we'll sell the cups.
so I need a dex check from Vidar and a strength check from Octavius to see if you guys
And a
can
constitution check from everybody else that's
From everybody else that's seen it. The little lizard behind Garrison's cage that was shackled up just goes.
I got a 15.
Okay.
If it was
That
a
was a
saving
2.
throw,
What did Octavius get for strength?
A 2.
Okay, so Vidar, you're able to get your fingers in there, but Octavius has nothing in the works so it's all you.
I am panicking.
So
right
if you're
now.
gonna put your fingers in there, I'll you guys can talk about this later in therapy, but I'll need a strength check from you if you want to try and pull him out because he's got.
So I got the
just
dex
can't
check
seem
to get my fingers
get a
in
grip.
there,
Yeah.
and now I need to do the strength check to get them out.
Yes.
All right, I have a +0 in strength. Let's see.
Sweet.
That's a
Please.
9.
Okay, so Garrison, as they struggle, what are you doing?
I'm going to Meredith's cage and I'm gonna try and bend the bar so she can squeeze out.
Okay.
So,
And how is Merida reacting to like the unwilling fingering of her octopus friend? I'm just curious.
She just sees Vidar over there like,
At this point, she's just leaning up against the wall, just like this, just like, what the hell have I gotten myself into now?
Guys, we left the crank
I
and
have
yank.
to escape with.
We left the crank and yank already. What do you?
well, yeah, he was in the cranking. He should have advantage on those rolls.
No, well, no, because Vidar got things done to him, not the other way around.
That's true.
there was some switching.
There's
Well, I
some,
mean,
there's some,
there was
there's
some
some give and take.
Look,
There's some give
look,
and take.
It wasn't just all taking. Okay,
Look, your skills paid off on your date. All right.
Vidar ain't.
You know what they say: when in
stingy.
Rome.
He's a giver, not just a taker.
When in the Clarolondo Empire.
He was throwing some pitches, not just catching. All right.
when in Coast City. Yep. Make a strength check for me.
Me?
No, Garrison.
Oh, okay, Garrison.
13 plus 9 is 22.
Yes. All right. You move it to about 3 inches apart.
And then I'm gonna, get my foot up there too, and then just try and do it again so I can get some more.
Okay. It's a higher DC, but go ahead.
Can I
Vidar,
go
if you would
through-
like to roll again, you can.
Yes, please. Strength.
Nice. That's a 14 on die plus.
Oh,
Can I roll
Octavius,
to assist him?
You can. Well, Vidar can either have advantage or you can roll as well.
I rolled a 15 on strength.
So he can roll with advantage, or you can roll as well to help him.
You gonna help me with your little suction
I'm gonna
cups?
help.
Vidar's just gonna mouth, "Get wetter."
Use more lube.
Where's your lubrication?
I got double 15.
This is
I
the
rolled a 12.
this is the anus talk come to life, guys. Use more lube. Get wetter, octopus.
Use the suction cups. Suck
I
more.
knew. Vidar's just thinking in his head, I knew those finger curls would work.
All
I
right,
knew
so,
those finger curls would pay off.
Garrison, what did you roll for yours?
27.
Okay. So at literally the same time, like some weird comic book, Garrison, you get your foot up there and you get the bars far enough to where Merida could easily slide through. And at the same time, you just hear, and Octavius flies out of this. He just like, there's no control. So between him and Vidar trying to get him through these bars, he just splat onto the bars behind him.
Vidar's like,
Father, help.
Oh yeah, and your fingers are just drip. Never mind.
no, yeah, no, we can skip that description. We can skip that.
Your elf girl would be proud.
Hey, how do you think I got her in the first place?
Don't lick your fingers. You don't know where he's been.
Vidar's just gonna be like,
yes. Oh yeah, yeah. And as you splat.
It's just.
Meanwhile,
God, it's like some weird
Octavius
weapon.
is just rolling down the bars like one of those wall
Flop,
sticker
flop,
things.
Flop, 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 flop.
The sticky hands, is it like
Yep.
the sticky lizard? Sticky Geki?
but
right.
Vidar's just gonna look at Garrison and go,
So you guys are all out, and that alarm has only gotten louder.
I'm gonna look at the cart. The cart, does it have anything in it?
No, it's empty.
It's empty.
I will say now, any kind of anything to do with like perceiving or thinking or any of those are all at disadvantage at this point. You guys can't speak to each other. You can hardly even hear yourself think. The volume has gotten so loud, it is sucking everything else out of the room.
and there's no way we can tell where the sound is coming from. It just sounds like it's coming from everywhere all at once.
Everywhere. All at once.
Is there a door that leads out of this room that we're in?
From what you can, I mean, I won't make you burn a
Did
check.
I watch the dude take the malnourished ogre away and see what direction they went?
So he came this way down the hall, dropped it in front of Merida's, grabbed the dude, and went back this way. And you couldn't really see because the hallway just goes on forever. So as you guys are looking down both hallways, you can't see an end to either one of them.
I got you. I'm just gonna motion to everybody and point in the direction that the guy took the ogre in.
Yeah.
And say that I think we need to just kind of motion. I think we need to go that way.
Did he leave the ogre's cage open? I'm assuming.
The ogre was in the cage with me, right?
No. The ogre was across from you. You guys were all alone.
I'm gonna run in real quick and I'm gonna grab his club because you said his wooden club was there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have the strength to do it, and you're intelligent in the ways of weapons. As you pick this club up, it is heavy.
Yeah.
Even for you. I mean, you can swing it, you can handle it.
Yeah.
But you can tell just by picking this damn thing up, like, Jesus.
Yep. All right. And then 1 second. I'm just gonna add it. What did you call it? A great club?
Yes.
Great club. Yep.
It would be a great club. And
It's the great club of annihilation. One hit and they are disintegrated.
Well, the size. Well, how tall is Garrison?
6 feet.
So this club is just about your height.
Yep.
Give or take. It's about a 5-foot size. It's a massive club.
Ooga booga.
Turn any of you into a railroad spike if this thing was full strength and able to swing it.
Bonk.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab that and drag it with me. I'm also gonna push the cart in front of us.
Okay.
And start heading in the direction of like tell everybody, hey guys, get in. And I'm just gonna like run
Start
with the
pushing.
cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Octavius would be able to fit on there easy enough because there's 2 shelves to the cart. There's literally a food cart. 2 shelves to the cart.
Yeah.
But I mean the cart is 4-5 feet in length, about 2 feet wide. So
Merida and Octavius would fit.
That's about it. Yeah.
So as long as Garrison is okay with having my balls on his back, he could just give me a piece
I mean, either way.
Like, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Yep.
But okay.
Yeah. So and then just start going in the way that the guy dragged the ogre.
Okay. So this would be, I need just for the hell of it, because it's fun, a group athletics. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, hang on a sec, guys.
Oh my god.
Good roll. Got a 32. Nice.
1.5 liters of
I
wine.
was just drinking some blackberry mead.
Mm.
Yum.
So I'm not a wine drinker at all, and this is hardly wine. I mean, I love it, but I'm not.
I love Arbor Mist.
It's hardly wine, though. This isn't fucking wine. I don't even know how this passes as wine, but it's the only one I can drink. So,
I'm drinking water because I have to work in the morning.
oh, that sucks. So,
That sucks. Crack.
little side.
That's rough, buddy.
little side note about this, just because before I take your rolls, I've lived in this house for 2 years. The Walmart is 2 miles from my front door.
Right.
This has been in there the entire time, and I just found out about it a month ago. I have never walked into that liquor store looking for this. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. And then I wander into that store to get my Captain Morgan, and I'm like, what the fuck? But now it's dangerous because it's 2 miles from my front door. And this is $10.
Wine
Yep.
drunk fuckwit? Oh no.
This is $10.
Yep. Why do you think I get a lot of my stuff from Aldi's? Because their stuff is under 15.
Look at all
Kitties.
these
It's about to get
wines.
weird.
All these winos.
All right. So, round the table. Merida.
13.
Octavius.
5.
Where's our bingo card? Garrison.
32.
Vidar.
8.
Oh, Jesus, guys. I mean, I'm the one pushing everything. So.
Okay, so I need to know exactly. I mean, is Garrison okay with a set of balls on his shoulder? I need to know exactly
I'm
how
fine
this
with
is.
that.
Okay.
Just
So,
like it's just like luggage. I'm just gonna be like, ugh.
all right. So, Garrison, 32, you are pushing this cart at full speed, just going as fast as you can, trying to get out of this place. Find anything resembling a door to get you out of this part of the building into whatever the other space might be.
Yeah.
Your PTSD from your first prison encounter with Vernon and all these cages flying by, the fact that Vidar wasn't able to use magic,
Yeah.
the fact that the rows are endless and you can't seem to find a door.
Is my teleport considered magic?
It would be in here, yeah. Yep. No, it's not, but
I
in
thought
here,
it was
yes.
just an ability.
It is. But
I
yeah,
got you, I
no.
got you.
Something's blocking
It's
it.
not working. It's not.
Yeah. So as you're going, you're just flying down this hallway trying to remember, or either trying to remember or trying not to remember your first encounter with prison bars. And then about 100 feet, you stop and you realize that Vidar is no longer on your shoulders. And Octavius and Merida's on the cart, but your octopus friend is somewhere else. You lost 2 of your friends along the way.
Yep.
With a 32, though, the only way that I can describe it is the same way I described you teleporting. You're pushing, and everything's just flying by at such a speed that all the colors are blending together.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just stop for a second instinctively, and 2 of your friends are gone. They're just it just fell off the cart. Octavius, you ended up sliding off the cart. Even your suction cups didn't help. and just like a bag in the wind of your car that you forgot was in the back seat, you unroll your window on the highway and it just out the window it goes. Octavius just flies off the cart and
You didn't pay attention to the
and catches onto a cell somewhere. Vidar, you go flying off the shoulders.
Yeah, I instead of holding on, I did one of these numbers.
Yep.
He was pulling like a Titanic.
Oh, he did the Titanic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm flying.
Well, no,
And
but
then I'm just like, oh shit.
but even holding on, because you were legs wrapped around, all uncomfortable, hand, anywhere, and you just gone. The speed at which he went, it caught you off guard, and you flew off his shoulders.
I wasn't ready for a 32 strength, Garrison.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, no, it was a 32 athletics, and that meant the speed at which he was moving, which is
Sorry
that's
if I'm
insane.
trying to get us out of prison, guys.
Let me guess. All I could just picture Merida, her just all of her furs.
Yes.
Yeah.
that wind
Yeah,
blowing.
like literally skydiving. All the fur on your face is just flattened. And then the fur on your hair is back like you slicked it.
Is this where we find out Merida wears a toupee?
That part. If you tell anybody, yeah. She turns to Garrison. If you tell anyone, I swear to God. Wait, you're not
It's a
really...
campfire accident.
Oh, no. She turns over to Garrison. He's like, you're not really a panda? Just underneath, just like human skin.
Tell
nobody.
How dare you? Why would you be a panda this entire time? Wait, you slept with a panda as a human? Oh, how was it? Anyway, so Octavius, the cell that you land on, so you hit the outside of it, and the speed at which you flew off the cart, you just catch onto the bar and sling yourself around as much as you can without getting yourself stuck again. Inside the cell that you happen to land on,
Don't get eaten.
This is actually kind of reminiscent of Yorick in a way, but it is a freshly hatched baby green dragon.
Man, I want a dragon.
And it just
Dragon. I don't do that tongue thing.
No, not that kind.
Instead, I'm dragging my balls, man. What the
So
fuck?
as you're looking into the room and trying to get your bearings,
I've missed this crew.
It flutters its wings, and I mean, when I say freshly hatched, I mean freshly, like the egg is still there. It just popped out, and then it sees you hit, and instinctively, it's like food. You see it flutter its wings and shake its head and get all that egg yolk slime off of it and start walking over toward you. Vidar, you would have actually, because you're heavier than Octavius, you would have actually landed
on my feet because I'm a cat.
That part. You would have landed three cells earlier than Octavius.
Yeah.
So as you're getting yourself above the ground, even with your passive, you're able to look down the hallway and you see your octopi friend stuck to one of the cells, and a green winged thing walking toward him.
And I'm gonna run up to him and
back.
try to, I'm gonna try to get him unstuck from the cell.
And Garrison nowhere to be found. He's gone.
And the panda's gone too.
Yep. Garrison, the panda, the cart.
God, fuck. I'm gonna wipe the dirt off my balls.
I am going to change back and back away from the cell.
Okay, so right there on the bars, you change into Zenthas and then back up. So okay, Vidar, you're watching this because you said you were approaching. As you're approaching, you get a few steps in. Octavius turns back into Zenthas and then backs up into the bar behind him. Now, the bar behind you has Vidar, you can see, because Zenthas' back is to it, has a kind of a very rabid, vicious looking dragonborn, razor sharp teeth, foaming and drooling, eyes going wide as it sees this individual approaching from the outside that is not armored and doesn't look like a guard.
How
So
far
he's
am I? How far am I away?
3 cells, so you started approaching 25, 26 feet. You got a few steps in before. But now you see on both sides of Zenthas are two things that were trying to eat him.
Is the dragonborn like going towards Zenthas?
He was trying.
Because the alarm is still going, so I can't yell.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna try to like if I see this dragonborn start like going up to him to try to grab him or something, I'm gonna like just run up as fast as I can and try to stab this dragonborn with my rapier
Okay, hang on just a second.
through the bars.
I gotta check something real quick. Oh, no, go away. Where are you? Okay. So yeah, you see, so as you're taking all of this in, the question is yes, the dragon is still approaching him, and you see a green smog start leaving the dragon's mouth and going out of the cell, and it's literally melting the bars as it goes by.
Yeah, I got it. I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to run up and just try to like stab it real quick.
Yay. Initiative roll.
Me too.
Yep. Well, you're involved. Actually, everybody, to be honest.
Everybody.
Well, Merida and Garrison, just so that you guys aren't sitting there, I can give you guys turns. But yeah, I need everyone to roll.
I'm gonna use the Octavius dice, the little itty bitty ones.
It's still gonna suck.
Probably.
I mean, what?
Why? Why?
Oh no!
You got a 1, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Just about.
I got something better.
You got what? A 2?
It wasn't
2.
last.
Well, I rolled a 2 for 6. My
Nice.
initiative plus 4.
I like it.
Quick question. My
What's up?
dagger of shade, is that like something that has to be on my person, like as a physical thing, or can I just like manifest it and it come out?
That one, oh, the one that you got stabbed in the chest with by Alcaron. That one would act just like
my rapier.
Yeah.
Cool. But so that gives me 3 attacks because I lose my crossbow, so I can't do my bonus action.
What's weird? What's funny though is one of them you have to like cut in order to get the blade to come out, and then the dagger of shade removes from your chest because that's where he cut you with it. So
that's dope. I like
in a cool way, you kind of like take anything, a razor blade, your sharp knife, your sharp nails, whatever, and cut, and then your rapier comes out, and then just what? Okay. And the dagger
pretty metal right there.
Comes out. All right, so we got Zenthas at 6. Vidar.
28.
28. Hell yeah. Merida?
6.
Who between you and Zenthas, who has the higher dex?
He does.
Yeah, I have a plus 4.
Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then Garrison.
9.
Damn. All right, so we're gonna go. Dragon gets 1. Fuck, I actually have to break out my dice.
Imagine having to use dice while playing D&D.
Yeah, right.
What is this, man?
Crazy thought.
I have no fucking idea. Never imagined.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
That's a squid, but okay. So we're gonna go with that right there, and then we got to go with Dragonborn. Virtually 2 kinds of dragons here. Okay, we're gonna go there. All right. So order Vidar, and then the Dragonborn, and then Garrison. So Vidar, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna start sprinting towards Zenthas, as soon as I get within the 10 feet of two of them, I'm going to use my bonus action to pop Celestial Revelation. So
Okay.
the Dragonborn and the dragon, I need them to make a charisma saving throw.
So this is going to come off as weird to Vidar because you attempted to do teleport and it did not work. However, you do your celestial revelation and it does. It lands.
Okay.
What do they have to roll?
Charisma.
1 second here. So take that however you want. Hey, there's a message for you.
There is a message for me.
Yep. So take that however you want, but for whatever reason, your teleport did not work, but this one did.
Okay.
Load these up.
They have to. The DC is 17.
It's not Dragon Brawn, it's Dragonborn. Thank you.
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. All right, cool. Got it. That'll work. The DC is what now?
17.
17.
Fingers motherfucking crossed.
All right. So the green dragon, that's a 19 on die.
Damn.
The Dragonborn fails.
Yes, that's the one that I was worried about because the green dragon is still behind the bars as of right now.
As of right now. Well, they both are still behind the bars.
Well, you said the dragonborn is melting the bars currently.
No, the green dragon is melting the bars.
The green dragon is melting the bars. Okay.
Yes, the baby dragon pushed out a green smog and it started melting the bars. The dragonborn is the one that's just drooling and frothing behind the bars. But the reason he's the threat is because Zenthas is pushed right up against this cell.
Yeah, that's
so.
I got you.
Does this guy have the ability to push through an inch to grab him? That's where he's the threat.
Got you. So as soon as I get within 10 feet, he fails, right?
The Dragonborn, yes.
Yeah, the Dragonborn fails. He's going to see my craziness. Zenthas is just going to see like a prettier version of Vidar. um, and the Dragonborn is going to see like a eldritch horror type thing.
Okay.
So he is frightened of me for how long? Frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So as you're approaching, Zenthas, you didn't even know that the guy behind you was there. So as this beautiful version of Vidar approaches, you hear a growl behind you and a splat from drool that hits the metal bars and just flies to the back corner of the.
Not yet. I got to do my attacks.
I'm saying the Dragonborn that was frightened of you.
Yeah, I got to do my attacks on him.
Okay, so you're gonna try and stab through the bars.
Yeah, then when it's his turn, he has to run away from me.
Okay, gotcha.
But this is all like real quick fluid motion.
Yep. All right.
So my 2 attacks.
Yep. So you have to literally try to stab through the bars.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to stab through the bars.
Okay. That just kind of all that does is add to the DC.
14.
No,
not gonna hit.
So you go to stab and you hit one of the bars.
30 to hit.
Yeah, that'll work.
And then a natural 20 for my dagger shade.
Nope, doesn't work. No, you got
it. The natural 20 doesn't hit?
Nope.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20 hits.
I was about to say.
The natural 20 only wouldn't hit if it got canceled. And
gotcha.
Grave Cleric is the only one able to cancel a natural 20. So
I got you. All right, so this is the crit damage for the Dagger of Shade. That's 23, add 6 necrotic. So that's 29 points of damage.
Okay.
And then this is my Rapier of Wounding. 13 plus a d6. 14 plus 6, 20.
Okay, so very quickly dispatched. Before he even has time to really react to how the fact that he's frightened of you. The first attack, ding, you hit one of the bars. The second one, you slice through like a fucking experienced sous chef, and just pulverize him, and he falls flat to the ground. Vidar, that was a total of what, 49 damage?
Um, Dagger of Shade 23, 29 plus 20. Yeah, 49.
You are going to suffer half that.
Yo. Rounded up,
Yep. Rounded down.
rounded down. So
Rounded down.
24. All right.
So, after you take the life of this dragonborn to save your friend, just like from the inside, you just feel this overwhelming, like nauseating acid reflux that actually causes pain from top to bottom. Like it's melting you from the inside out.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right. So he is gone. Dragonborn gone. Now the baby dragon.
I do have to use the restroom. I'll be back.
How dare you?
I know.
All right. Now the baby dragon is going to walk out of the cell and go after its food. Where are you at, sir? Dude, man, guy. Okay, so it did that. All right. So Octavius or Zenthas, it's coming after you, obviously. That is a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Damn, and I thought you were stronger than that. All right.
We're strong.
We are strong. Remember, love's a battlefield. All right. And then another 19. So those both hit. And it is, okay, these, oh, okay. These things are actually relatively weak. They're babies. Could probably still kill Octavius, though. Where are you at? Okay, there we go. So the first attack on you, sir, that is 9 piercing. Where is it at? Where are you? And 5 poison. And then the second attack, ooh, that's 10 piercing and 3 poison. All right, so there we go. That is his, and he just came out of the cell and squared off with you, just took 2 bites out of you. Garrison.
Yes, sir.
You are up. Zenthas, you're on deck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look around and be like, fuck. Like, all right, let's backtrack. And I'm gonna turn the cart around and start pushing back the way I came.
Okay. Alrighty. So that would be your turn. Zenthas, you're up.
All right.
Yep, so he just came over and took 2 big bites out of you.
So I would have the body of the Dragonborn still in the cell.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to direct the dragon's attention to the Dragonborn in the cage.
Okay. Give me an animal handling.
Oh, this is gonna go wonderfully.
Well, you have, because of your nature, you have advantage on it.
Oh, thank God. That is a 10.
Okay. Oh shit. I'm also yeah. I need a con save from Vidar and from Zenthas. This part I forgot about.
Okay. I got a 12.
I got a 21.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you would both take 10 poison damage from the breath that was slowly coming out of its cell.
Check.
Oh, poison. No, me poison.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember, it used that, took out the bars, and then it just slowly went into the hallway. So that one doesn't travel that far. So it went kind of turn based as to.
So I did roll a 10 on the animal handling.
Yeah, no, it's still directly on you because, first of all, it saw you first. Um, and that one's just laying down so it can get it later. But yeah, no, that's definitely a fail. So that was your action. What else would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my bonus action for I have to start my turn with that. Damn, that's unfortunate. It's all right. I am going to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to head towards the direction I remember Garrison going.
Okay. So disengage and run.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Merida. Garrison already turned the cart around and started heading back. And I know you're on the cart, but is there anything you would like to do?
Probably just hold on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because
Not
if I try
going
to jump off, I'm gonna end up flying into into something, and I don't want to get caught into that. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold on for dear life and just kind of go with the flow, man.
Go with the flow, man. Just go with the flow, man.
I would like to emphasize I'm not going as fast as I was before. I'm going leisurely pace.
Just a 30, not a 32
Yeah,
this time.
yeah.
Just a 30. So it's just a little slow.
Only.
Just a 30. Okay, so top of the round, Vidar.
All right, so I see Zenthas turn around and run away.
Yeah, you saw him take off. He got bit, he got hit with the smoke cloud, and then he took off. You see him start like trying to talk to the dragon, like, "Hey, there's a body back there," and it doesn't work. So he just bolts
Not that
down
it
the
can
hole.
hear me anyway. It's just me going like,
Right? Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, it's so loud in here. You can't speak.
I'm gonna look at the dragon, look at Zenthas, look at the dragon, and I guess I'll disengage and start chasing down the hallway after the Zenthas.
Okay. All right.
And I have a bonus action. Can the baby dragon make a strength saving throw, please?
It sure can, sir. All right. That is an 11.
Cool. DC was 18. Its speed is now 0, and it cannot take reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so fight's over.
Yippee!
All right. So you guys both start running. Zenthas is ahead of you, but you have way more movement than he does, I believe. So your naked ass catches up to him pretty quick. Um,
I'm being chased by a naked
but
man.
you guys are just rushing down the hallway, trying to get back to Garrison and Merida, or trying to find them all together. And eventually, you do. You guys come together,
Together.
just like Vidar and his date. You guys come together.
Come together.
Oh my god.
Right now.
Fuckwit is now banned for making jokes.
Over me.
That wasn't a joke. I mean, if you don't come together, what's the point? Anyway, so
Jesus. Chat, take that man's reproductive organs.
This is what happens when he goes on vacation for too long.
Okay, first
He
off,
gets
sorry
wine drunk.
guys.
The wine's not helping either.
I apologize, but you should hold on a little bit tighter.
What?
Let's go. Yep.
What?
I know you guys can't hear it, but I apologize, and it still counts. Come on.
What?
it's like the episode of SpongeBob where Squidward wants to apologize, so he makes the air bubble around his head
Yeah.
and says, "I'm sorry that he can't hear." He's like, "My conscience is clear. Bye." Just walks away. Doesn't matter. I said it. Bye.
All right, I will try to hold on better this time.
Yeah, I mean, we're all gonna hop back on. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go at a continued leisurely pace.
Go Mach speed. Go Mach 5 this time, okay? Not Mach 10.
Yeah.
Zenthas is just curled up on the bottom shelf.
With me.
Yeah, exactly. Because she was down there, so you guys are just crammed on the bottom shelf, trying to put this like box around you, trying to hold on. Which Vidar, technically, you could sit on the top if they're both on the bottom.
Sure, I'll sit on the top and hold
There
on
you
for
go.
dear life.
He's straddling it with his balls hanging out.
He's just gonna hope and pray that Merida and Zenthas or Octavius don't look up because they're gonna.
He's sitting at the
I
front.
really hope
He's sitting at the
card
front,
is not
so
clear.
his balls just hang down the front of the card, just in their eyesight way.
Well, no,
Like a
And then all of a sudden, Merida's
like a
just
little
like
air freshener that
her
you hang up
cat
in your
instinct
car.
kicks in.
Yep. Well, no. So he sits in the middle of it. He sits in the middle of the cart, right, with his legs, one leg on each side. What he doesn't realize is from underneath, it's like a one-way mirror, so they can see him, but he can't see them.
Vidar is just getting violated, bro.
It just is too.
Everybody's seeing him butt ass naked.
Well, I mean, you know,
It's usually Malador, so
it's you, yeah. So I mean, you have to take the spot. He's not here.
yeah.
All right. But I'll say after a good like hour of just endless rows and just various creatures trying to get your attention because you guys got out. Like first of all, where are all the guards? Why is the alarm still going off? No one's attacked you yet. And so like you're walking by all of these creatures trying to get your attention, coming up to the bars, trying to reach through the little part to get your attention, to get them out too. After about an hour of this, you guys finally reach a wall that has a door. And I know how much you guys love doors.
Love 'em.
But you finally reach the end of the hallway, and it looks like just a simple wooden door. It's not a doorknob, it's the latch one. Just looks like a basic wooden door, but it is a door.
Okay. All right, you guys ready?
What?
I was saying, they can't hear you.
You see Zenthas and Merida's thumbs pop up from the side of the cart.
You see Vidar. Vidar has his butt towards you. And just
We're all just.
Yep, and what you didn't see until you looked behind you was just like various vomit puddles from Zenthas and Merida having to look at Vidar's ass the whole time.
I don't know what's worse, Vidars or Malador. Just
Definitely Maladors, dude.
I
That guy
mean,
doesn't wipe.
You know, he was naked for so long, it just became a
it just
natural
became a
thing.
natural thing. He was naked the whole campaign. He didn't have Hulk pants, so when he
oh, it's
went
dead.
shark, it just and then the Ghost Rider burnt all his clothes anyway. But yeah, but you reach a door.
All right. Gonna open that door.
Okay. Surprisingly, you grab the latch and it's locked. I know, big shock.
Big shock.
Hello, Hamor.
So I point to Vidar's rapier and then points to the hinges of the door.
Yeah. He'll cut his arm again with his fingernail. Rapier comes out.
Open sesame.
He'll start sticking.
Well, I've done all I can do.
And he'll start sticking his rapier into the little lock.
What is
like
it
he's
with
trying
you?
to lockpick it, but
Sticking your shit into things.
Oh, I was pointing to the hinges so you do the acid.
okay, yeah. I'll touch the hinges with the tip of my rapier. Sorry.
Why are you
That's-
trying to always
Hey,
penetrate
you know what?
things? You're always
can
trying
just-
to penetrate things.
You know,
Hey.
I could just imagine that though, because you guys can't hear each other. So like you point, and then he just cuts
Hey.
and starts trying to pick it, and you walk up to him, and you're like,
Vidar's motto is slaying foes, filling hoes.
Jesus Christ. Nice. Nice. I love it. All right. So yes, you start putting the acid down the hinges just like you did on the metal door. Garrison and Merida and Zenthas, you guys notice as he's going down the hinges just like he did before. There's 4 hinges on this one, and he just starts drawing the rapier down all the hinges, trying to get the acid to do exactly what it did before and take the door out. You start seeing the room grow darker and darker and fill up with this. No, never mind. It doesn't. The door falls off the hinge.
Perfect.
I'm kidding. The door just falls down.
Mhm.
So as the door falls down, though, the funny part about it is you guys had parked the cart right in front of the door. So the door just and it hits the cart and flips it over.
Oh, I was just gonna push the door down the hallway on the dolly.
Yeah. The door falls inward and hits the cart, and even like with Merida and Zenthas in there, it hits the front of it. It just goes up. So now you guys are both looking at the floor inside the bottom of the cart still. It just stands it right up onto the floor. But the door's open.
Not really.
All right, so I motioned to everybody. All right, let's go. What's
Talking
on
to
the other
me.
side of the door?
Well, there's 2 things on the other side of the door. One, what's very weird is the first step into the door is a stairway that leads down. And then there is a little, very, very little, probably about like a 6-inch platform where if you walked around this opening to the door going to a stairway leading down, you could maneuver over to a stairway leading up. And this platform's only on one side.
Okay.
No railings. It's a stairway either going down or you shimmy across the 6-inch platform and go to a stairway leading up. So which one would you like to do?
I mean, I'm gonna vote up.
I love the voting process.
So yeah, all right, let's go up.
Okay. I need dexterity saves. Or yeah, dexterity saves.
Dexterity saves or checks?
It'd be checks, dexterity
Okay.
checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. To see if you guys can.
Okay.
So would it be acrobatics?
No, just the dexterity check.
All right, so that would be a 12.
Zenthas?
Your mic's muted if you're talking.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nope. Oh, it's good.
Now it's
It just didn't pick up.
It just didn't like you.
Dex check.
Oh,
Dex
Dex.
check.
Yeah.
Everyone voted to go up against your, because you left. So everyone
I
voted
got a
for you.
15.
Okay.
Oh no.
What did she roll? What did Merida roll?
You want to tell him?
No,
you roll-
go ahead. I'm done.
Is it a nat 1?
It's a nat 1.
Nice. What did Vidar roll?
I got a 16.
Okay. So the rest of you get onto this. The rest of you start to just kind of glue against the wall as much as you can and sideways shimmy across this as much as you can. So Garrison would have gone first, leading the charge, and then Vidar right behind him, Zenthas right behind him, and then Merida goes, and as she steps onto the platform, she completely misses it with her first step and starts to fall into the opening of the stairwell.
Is there any check that I can make to grab her?
This would be in athletics.
Yeah. Could I make an athletics check to grab
Well,
her?
one of you with advantage or both of you?
Garrison with advantage because he's got
Yeah.
way better athletics than I do. If it was anything Dex, anything with Dex, I'll do it. But not with strength.
Okay, so 18 on die.
Okay. So you guys both reach down, grab her just in the nick of time. Pretty much like grabbing her by her ankles before
Garrison grabs her by the ankles. I grab Garrison by the hair.
Yep. Yep. Basically, before she face plants onto the stairway below, you guys grab her, replace her against the wall, and you all continue to shimmy
This
and
is
go
the
up the
crank and
stairs.
yank, all right? I don't like my
Now-
hand pulled, all right?
Not sexually. I'm sorry.
Just grab it. So the strangest thing happens to all of you guys, one after the other, considering the row. Once you touch the staircase that leads up, the first step onto the staircase, the alarm is gone. It's off. Like you can hear it past this doorway, but it's no longer taking up the whole space.
Right.
So you touch that staircase, and all of a sudden you're hearing, "Boo."
Enjoy the tinnitus.
And now everyone, Merida's like bitching that she almost fell, and you're going like, I've got you, let's go. And you can actually hear yourself, but it's so muffled because your ears are just ringing from all this constant. I mean, you guys spent hours under that volume. Hours. So it's boo. What? Oh my. Huh? Like, yeah, but you can actually hear again. Now the alarm is in there where it's supposed to be. And as you guys ascend the staircase, you come to what looks like storm cellar doors that are also look like they're locked from the inside.
Locked from, like, are we on the inside?
Yeah.
So, all right. All right.
So there's the very thin steel bar handles on a storm cellar door, and then there is a series of padlocks on the inside. So there's chains that are wrapped around it. The chain loops around 4 times between the two. One chain goes off to the left, one chain goes off to the right. There's a padlock on each of those, and then there's a big padlock in the middle. And then the padlock in the middle is also chained to the 2 smaller padlocks.
Well, Vidar, if you would like to get to work.
Say please.
Pretty please. Let's get the fuck out of here. Go.
So, yeah, at this point in the staircase.
Sesame.
Well, I've done all I can do. But yeah, it's funny. You guys are standing on the staircase, and Garrison's looking at it, and he goes, "Vidar, do your thing.
Whoa.
Say please."
You don't have to yell.
You don't have, and then you're saying you don't have to yelling. You don't have to yell, man. Like, fuck.
All right, I'm gonna do the thing with the hinges again.
Okay. So you do your acid on these chains. It's not working as well as you would hoped.
But is it working?
Kind of. Kind of. Not as well as the hinges. It doesn't look like it's eating through the links. It might be weakening them, but it doesn't look like it's eating through them.
If it's weakening them, Garrison?
Yep.
Just wait for the acid to go away. I don't want you to burn yourself.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Safety first.
Safety first.
So yeah. So he'll
As
weaken
I'm pretty much welding butt ass naked.
him. It's like-
No, hot lead, hot lead, hot lead.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait till he weakens it a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a swing with this great club and try and smash the.
There is not enough room. You will take every one of your party members out.
Even if I like take it like I'm just like this.
Well,
how high is the roof?
I probably should have described that. So as you guys are ascending the staircase, once you're by the door, in order for you to swing this thing, you would pretty much have to be at the bottom of the staircase. Like I said, it's as tall as you are.
Yeah.
So the team would have to either flatten themselves against the wall so that you could swing, but you can't even give a full swing because the walls are less than 6 feet wide. The staircase is less than 6 feet wide.
Well, what about instead of like a full swing? I'm talking about like grabbing it and just kind of like
your pole arm shit, like your pole arm.
Or yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a quick like jab with it. Like I'm holding like the end of it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like trying to like smash it.
Just imagine an elephant behind him right now.
Yeah, exactly that. Just on my shoulder and just.
What is this? What is this group and trying to fuck animals?
I have no idea. I mean, how do you think zoos breed?
11 plus 13, 24.
Okay, roll your damage.
1d8 plus 7. Do I have do any bonus damage or anything like that for the weakening? Or
No.
Anything?
No, it just means that its integrity is weakened.
So not bonus to your damage, it's just maybe the threshold was lowered.
Yeah.
Or how much damage
11 damage.
Okay. And it rattles throughout the chains. Still hangs there.
I'm gonna keep going at it.
Okay. Just remember, every repeated action, the DC goes up.
It goes up even with a weakened chain.
Well, it started weak, and now every repeated action it goes up.
But like, why is it strengthening? I can understand it for certain things, but like when I'm trying to like break a chain, but that's 18 on die plus 13, so
Yeah.
32.
Yeah, roll your damage.
31. Like as I'm smashing it, the difficulty shouldn't be getting harder. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to smash the trains.
Hulk smash. Garrison smash.
12, 13 damage.
Okay. So the second one, bam, the big padlock breaks in half and falls, and you see the chains kind of loosen. And as you watch this happen, you see the two smaller padlocks grow, double in size, shoot down toward the middle, and reinforce into a larger padlock.
All right. Vidar?
My acid wasn't working on this thing.
Yeah, weakened it. Weakened the chain. Well, you did it on the chain, not the padlock.
You guys do notice the two other padlocks are gone now.
Yeah.
You broke the middle one. These two became another one.
Yeah, so like we just got one padlock to break. So do you want
to? Do you want me to try to stick my rapier inside the padlock, like try to mess up the mechanisms inside?
Could you stick it inside and then like squirt the acid inside?
Well, it doesn't. Let's see. It's not a squirt gun.
I
Okay?
don't-
It's just kind of coated on my
it's not a.
blade. So
You
it
were
just
telling me
it's
it's not
just
a squirter? Is that what you're telling me?
listen, Garrison. Don't disrespect my weapon. Okay?
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
She is a queen.
All right.
No, it just kind of like falls off. So he'll like Vidar will grab the padlock with his left hand and kind of tilt it up, and then stick his rapier into the lock hole and just kind of let the acid drip into the mechanism, and he'll just like shake it up a little bit, get the acid moving around, see if you can mess up the mechanics inside.
Okay. So as you're doing that, the large padlock splits back into the original two. They're smaller, but it splits into two.
Does it look like any damage is done to them?
No.
Anybody else got any ideas? No.
Anybody have knock?
Anybody have what?
Knock.
Oh, knock. Yeah.
I wish.
I have
wish.
Yeah.
Could have wished us out this whole time.
Does anybody
I
have
wish
power
I
word
could.
unlock door?
Power
Yeah.
word open sesame.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah.
We're gonna start this mini series where you guys get jailed. I'm gonna cast Wish. I wish we were free again.
Yeah.
Oh, the mini series is over, guys. So
Yeah.
I mean, 15 minutes. That was fantastic. I love it.
I'm gonna just, if nobody's got any other ideas, I'm just gonna keep trying to beat these locks.
Roll to hit. Oh, excuse me.
That's 21. 21.
Yes.
It is 8 plus 7, so 15.
Okay. So as you hit the lock, it shatters it's a very unnatural explosion.
Okay.
I need dex saves from everybody.
Gosh dang it.
It's gonna hurt.
That's actually kind of funny. Merida?
11.
Zenthas.
Dirty 20.
Fantastic. Garrison?
11.
Vidar?
30.
How much?
30.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah,
so
15 plus 15.
It wasn't much. Merida and Garrison, you guys take 7 points of damage of piercing. You guys each take 3.
Dang it.
However, when this one exploded, the lock next to it also took damage and exploded. So I need another dex save. Oh, that's way worse.
Two of them?
That's way better.
Oh my god.
Vidar gets 400, whatever.
34, close enough.
God damn. All right, Merida?
I'm a
9.
dexterous little boy.
Zenthas?
6.
Garrison?
Not ready for the second explosion.
18.
And then you got a 34. Okay, so
Yeah,
Merida.
I'm still oiled up from when they captured me.
Yeah. This one was a lot worse. Merida and Zenthas, you guys take 19 points of piercing damage. And then Garrison and Vidar take 9. But both of the locks are broken, and now the chains just kind of drape and sway in the in the space. Like the chains aren't broken, the locks are gone, but you see them. The loose parts of the chain that the locks were attached to are now just kind of draped,
Yep.
and the rest of the chain loosens up and just kind of hangs there.
Yep. I'm gonna unravel the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Could I actually take some of it and like kind of wrap it around the club for some additional damage?
You sure can.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. Would that add a D4?
That would add a D4, sir.
Sweet. All right. All right. And then gonna bust open these doors.
Okay.
Bust it open.
So he takes the chain, wraps it around the club, puts the club back on his back like the fucking broadsword in Final Fantasy VII, just ping, and opens up these heavy, solid steel storm doors. And Garrison, I need a con save. Because as you open it up, sunlight just pours right into the staircase.
Yep.
As that bright light just hits all of your eyeballs at once.
I'm gonna start laughing.
Nice. 14.
Okay. Actually, that's not as bad as it could have been, but it does double for you. Yeah, that's not as bad as it could have been, but it doubled is 22. It's 22 points of radiant damage.
Shit.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna quickly take one of the doors and like kind of like cover myself with it.
Shield yourself with it,
Yeah. Could I actually make a strength check and try and like pop the door and like rip it off?
To use it as kind of like a block from the sun?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let's see. It's gonna be probably not 20, dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll be enough.
Oh, fucking sweet.
So as these doors open, you guys immediately hear Garrison, and like his skin just starts to sizzle. The old Garrison is back, and that bright light just pierces your retinas as you go from completely dark to completely bright. And as your vision kind of comes back, you hear steel being torn apart as Garrison is now holding one side of this storm door as a shield against the light. It's not covering all of you, but it is casting enough shade at the moment. You'd have to move with the direction of the sun to try and keep
it reminds me of like when something hurts you unexpectedly and you get mad enough to where you like hit something.
Yeah.
So Garrison's just like, fuck!
Tears this door off. As the other one shuts behind you guys, Garrison just rips this fucking door off.
Mumbling, he's like, fucking piece of shit.
And just holding it. The three of you, as your vision returns to normal, you are now in a fenced-in yard. These fences are about 15 feet tall. They are just like the metal fences. It's a pretty good size area. You've got, I mean, you guys come out here, it looks like a rec yard. You've got your monkey bars and you've got your workout equipment. You've got your benches. And you come out basically into what looks like a prison rec yard surrounded by a fence.
Do we see any guards?
No, actually. You come out here and there's nobody out here. So you do, as you approach, you see what looks like the rest of the building that you were just in, but the above ground part. There is one single door on this like concrete slab wall, no windows. And that is the only building part of the building in the area. The rest of it is about like 100 feet by 100 feet. Just this large open area surrounded by a 15-foot fence.
guess let's run to the fence, guys. Right?
I can shoot an acid ball out of my rapier.
This whole time.
Yes. I've used it before.
This whole time. This whole
Yeah,
time you could have done this
used it.
shit.
I've used it before.
Like
So
this whole time.
I'm gonna try to shoot that at the fence while we're running to it to see if it'll disintegrate by the time we get there.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
So I'm just gonna
Yeah, just running with this fucking door above his head because it only has the one handle. So
if we get into a fight right now, guys, I'm useless. I'm sorry.
He has to hold the handle with one hand and then wrap the other arm around it.
Use the door as a club.
Zenthas would not be able to hold the club that he has on his back. That's the thing. It was heavy to Garrison. And what strength do you have right now?
44.
Yeah, that part. So, all right. Roll to hit, Vidar.
let me not miss an inanimate object.
It's not about missing. It's about whether it bypasses the armor class.
28.
Yeah, it hits. How far can it shoot?
It shoots 60 feet. So whenever we get within 60 feet, I'll just lob it from my rapier.
Okay. So which part of the fence are you guys going to? So other outside the fence is just more open area. You guys, none of you recognize the area that you're in. It is very.
Is it like are we still stuck inside a compound if we get through this fence, or is it like freedom once we get through this fence?
Once you get through the fence, there are multiple other buildings that are not attached to each other. The buildings are pretty good size. Think of like hotels or college dorms. Either way, they are roughly 2-story buildings. And these ones on the outside do have windows. The distance between the buildings, the ones over on the right versus the ones on the left, there's a 50-foot gap between the two buildings. And then the buildings that there's one on the right and then the one next to it is about 25 feet away. And there are multiple buildings scattered throughout. There's also, if you were to go to the far end, like you take the whole 100 feet and you go to the far end of the fence and you blow a hole in that, 200-300 feet away from there looks like a 5-story erected guard tower. And then just from what you're looking at right now, just in this yard, from what you're looking at right now, there's just in your vision right here, 1, 2, 3 over on the right side, 50 feet to the left, 1, 2, 3 there. And then behind the 3 on the left is the 5-story tall guard tower. To the left of that is an additional part of the building that you just escaped with another door. And just this massive area of mixture of desert, short grass, tall grass, a few trees here and there. And there are people on the outside of the fence. You see individuals in from light gray to dark gray jumpsuits walking around doing the prisoners that are above ground doing various issues. Garrison, this reminds you of Relictus in every way, shape, and form. Collecting pails of water, collecting pails of for stone for masonry work, glass, everything is here, all of it. Other than the fact that there's a guard tower and like prison dorms, this reminds you of Relictus in every way.
Right. All right, let's head to the nearest section of wall and get the fuck out of here, guys. I need to get somewhere and lie low at least until it's nighttime.
Are you guys trying to do this stealthily, or are you just bombing your way out of here?
If we're gonna try to wait till nighttime, I think we need to try to do it stealthily.
Okay, so I need a group stealth check.
Ooh.
Doing this.
However, this group stealth check is going to have disadvantage if you're lobbing a fucking ball of acid out of your sword. So it is a group stealth with disadvantage because it is still broad daylight. And you have someone that's carrying a 6 foot tall solid steel door above his head.
You, good sir, you took a nat 20 away from me.
Well, it's both of you. It's both of your fault.
Uh-oh. Something happened.
Yes, your camera turned off, sir.
Yep.
So just so the members of our audience watching, we could no longer pay his viewing fee. Oh, he's back. Never mind.
I'm back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
He costs a lot for camera time. I'm sorry. We couldn't pay for it anymore. He had to take a 10-second break so we could start the clock over.
Wait, you guys are getting paid for this? What?
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
Well, I guess not. Yeah, so it is stealth at disadvantage, not only because you are firing at the fence, but he is carrying a 6 foot solid steel door above his head in broad daylight.
That's fair. Okay. That's a 16.
And somehow an alarm that was ear deafening went off, and you guys have not been surrounded, attacked, or recaptured yet.
Well, that's why it should be advantage, so it's nulled because like they're all down there looking for the guys that escaped. And we're up here. So
What's weird also is in this yard you can't hear that alarm with how loud it was. At all.
And it's been that way since we stepped through the threshold of that door.
You step through the threshold of the door, and that sound was trapped in the room with the cells. And then now that you're up here in the yard, there is no sound at all. Merida, what'd you get on your stealth check?
I didn't know there was a stealth check to have been made.
Yeah, stealth check at disadvantage.
Stealth check.
Sorry, stealth check at disadvantage. Zenthas.
I got a 13.
Okay, you got a 16, Garrison. I heard that. And Vidar?
16.
Okay, that's actually not bad.
Yeah, with a disadvantage. I rolled a natural 20 and an 11.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know.
8.
Okay. All right. So, do you guys head for the furthest one where the buildings start, or which part of the fence do you go toward the left where there's another part of the building you just escaped from with a door? Do you go straight ahead where the compound begins, or do you go off to the right where it just looks like there's more field with no trees or really anywhere to hide? Where are you going?
I would vote for the closest wall.
Yeah.
So the closest wall would be the left, which is an additional part of the building you just came out of.
But there's a wall there that goes to the outside, right?
Yes. So
but it's attached to the building that we just came
yes.
from. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so as long as you run along the left side of the fence to where you are no longer attached to the building you just came out of, blow a hole there.
Yeah.
That would be your closest direction. So
right.
You have to run about 50 feet, which is halfway up the fence, blow a hole there, and then escape. You would be able to escape. That would be your closest one. Or you blow a hole in the fence and climb up the building, and however you guys decide to. But that would be your closest exit point.
Gotcha. Yep. That's what we should aim for.
Okay. All right. So if that's what you are doing, Vidar, you would have successfully done it with a 28. That would have easily blown a hole right through the fence. As you guys are sneaking your way through this now acid dripping part of the fence, you do notice, even if you're uneducated in this, that this is an electrified fence. Any physical contact with this, and you guys would have been fried chicken.
Yeah.
So thankfully you had someone that was able to create a large enough hole in it And with the acid ball shooting, because I know what that does, the acid ball shooting out, it's a fairly good size acid ball, and it just
Okay.
melts the fence away. Um, to where even her like fat ass brother Tal would be able to easily walk through without touching the fence.
Nice.
So yeah, as you guys pass through, there is another 20 feet of the building that you guys just came out of. Within that 20 feet, about halfway, there is a like a 2x2 window, which is very weirdly placed right above another wooden door with a familiar latch. And then past that 20 feet, it goes off to the left in an L shape. There is a fountain on the outside with a very lush and large tree growing out of the fountain, which seems to shade be the only part to hide or get away from the sun in this L shape.
Uh-huh.
So 20 feet up, about 50 feet back this way toward the corner, and then another 50 feet this way, and that leads to the end of that building.
Uh-huh.
Okay. From this section, it would be another 50 feet until the compound starts, till all those scattered buildings I talked about. The 2-story buildings that are about 100 feet in length and 50 feet wide, 2 stories tall, and then behind that is the guard tower. So it's a really good distance from where you guys are to where the first building is.
Yeah.
So you've got this L shape, 50 feet, 50 feet, fountain, tree, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
So as far as hiding goes, where would you guys like to go? It is literally broad daylight. And Garrison, you cannot fit the door through this gap of the
Through
fence.
the acid hole?
Through the acid hole.
Yeah.
You're talking about metal touching an electric fence.
Yeah. But it's not big enough that I can maneuver it through.
You're talking,
Well, because I thought, I mean, a storm door is only like, maybe 3 feet. So,
give me a dex check, just because it's a very wonky item. Does anyone want to assist in bringing it through?
please.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Then take advantage on the dex check.
I can't risk accidentally touching that fence.
So 13 plus, this is a check or a saving throw?
It's a check.
Okay, so
At
plus,
advantage.
well, it's the same 4, so 17.
Okay, that's fine. So, I mean, you guys come within like an inch.
Yeah.
The way you had to maneuver it through, because I mean, fences. I know you know
lift
fences.
it. No, spin.
Yeah, that
spin,
part.
Pivot.
So
Pivot,
yeah,
pivot.
so literally imagine that you guys are working together to take a wraparound couch out of a door.
Yeah.
That's what it's like maneuvering this fucking 6 foot by 3 foot storm door out of this spot. Because fences, they don't, I mean, even if you cut a hole through with a tool, it's never even. You can make that circle as even as you want it to be, but there's always hanging fruit somewhere. So you're trying to maneuver this door through while taking sun damage.
Yeah.
So I will say, because of that, it's not going to be as much, but you're going to take a little bit more damage. Oh, shit. Okay. Yep. So that's 10. 10 more radiant damage as you're trying to maneuver this thing through the hole. But you are successful.
Sweet. All right.
So where would you guys like to go from here?
I just get as far away from this facility as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whichever direction is the opposite of this building.
So
Okay, so as I had described, as you get through the fence, it's 20 feet. There's the door that would lead back into the building that you just escaped from.
Mhm.
After that 20 feet, it goes 50 feet this way, all the way to a corner, 50 feet this way, creating an L shape.
Uh,
And then there's a fountain in the middle of it. And then 50 feet from there starts the rest of the compound buildings. Then behind those compound buildings is the guard tower. So there's really not a whole, the opposite direction of this building would be the compound. If you guys,
when you say, sorry to interrupt you, but when you say compound, you mean like the rest of the prison?
Yes.
So we're not out of the prison yet.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
When you
So
because you asked me once you get through the fence, are you free or is there more? And so I started
yeah.
describing the compound.
So okay. So the closest part of the fence. So none of the fence led to the outside then.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Because even if you went to the right where I said that it was all open field and nowhere to hide, you're still on the compound.
Okay.
None of this area led to the outside world.
Gotcha. All right.
And as you cut through and you're going past this building, even if you did the L shape, there's another fence that surrounds the compound.
Okay. So I want to head towards that fence.
Okay. So it would be the 20 feet and then the 50 feet and then an additional 100 feet on top of that just to get to the fence.
Yeah.
So I need another group stealth check. And actually, that kind of, yeah, because you guys succeeded before. Even with merit as 8, it was a group success.
Yeah.
This one's going to be a little more because you're passing by the guard tower. DC is going to be a little higher. The only one getting disadvantage here is Garrison. The rest of you can have regular rolls. Hang on a second, please.
Garrison will also tell Vidar, like, hey, if we end up getting into a tussle, you gotta teleport them out if you can, or if you can fly them out. You can fly now, right?
Yeah, I can fly.
Yeah, so I grab Octavius or Zenthas and Merida and fly them out of here. And don't worry about me. I'll try and get out a different way.
I mean, I can always try calling out to Belina, and we can just all soar out of here.
You can try that
That's
too.
an idea. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, maybe give that a call first, and then we'll make these
I would have
rolls.
done it sooner, but I wasn't sure we were going to make it out of there.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair. Well, plus it seemed like the magic didn't work in there, so now that we're
That's true.
outside, our magic might work. You know. Yeah. Do, 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 do. So, yeah, we'll try that, and then oh my Jesus, um, that doesn't work. Then yeah, stealth out. Try to get the fuck out of here.
Be right back.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, didn't he have to go and feed his raccoon?
His dog's.
I heard his dogs barking.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna go to the bathroom then.
All right.
This is the rec
I'm
break.
not entirely sure if it was because it was time to feed the baby or if it was I heard his other dogs barking, so they may have had to gone outside.
I'll be right back. Do, 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 do. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
There's a hospital near where I live where 7 nurses, all who have been working on the same floor, have been diagnosed with brain tumors.
Jesus.
And
There's
all
also one where like a whole floor, like I've seen that one. I've also seen the one where all of the nurses on the same floor are pregnant at the same time too.
yeah, yeah, they did a whole OSHA investigation and apparently have found everything safe, but statistically, there's no way that 7 nurses working the same floor all get brain tumors and nothing's wrong.
Yeah, for real.
All right, that wasn't actually feed time. That was people coming to my house and my dogs were barking. So, okay, so that was a group stealth check with Garrison at disadvantage.
Well, I think Zenthas was actually gonna try and call Belinda first to see if
Okay.
she'll come pick us up. And then if that doesn't work, we're gonna do the stealth check.
No, you can't watch a movie on my tablet. Go to bed. It's 11 o'clock. Go to bed. Turn your damn stitch on and go to bed. Hi, Nugget. There he is, man of the hour.
There he is.
Goddamn, about time.
Okay. 16.
4.
The group stealth.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna call Belinda first.
Oh. Okay.
It was your idea.
Yeah. I'm going to
It was your idea. I forgot, all right? God.
So I'm gonna call out to Belina.
Yes, Belina, not Belinda. So you would have failed right off the bat.
Belina.
Belinda, Jesus. I didn't fucking know. It's a suction cup ship. It's not a slimy one though. It's just suction cups. It's the octopus, not the squid. Nothing happens.
Okay. Stealth.
Must be a bad signal.
You call out to Belina and you're like, damn it. No connection.
Oh.
All right. That's a 16 for my stealth check.
10 for me.
Okay. So we got a 16, a 16, a 10, and Merida.
22.
That is a group success. Good job. All right.
Nice.
So you guys, so describe to me how you guys are headed to that far wall.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
We are just walking casual.
Okay, but it is. Are you guys just heading in a straight line out into the open, or are you going to take the corner along the building? Are you hiding around the fountain?
Is
How are you
there
doing?
is there shadows around the like what's the sun like? Is it noontime? Is it like straight above us?
It would be
What's
straight above. That would be why you're holding the door up like this, and it's
yeah,
actually working. Yes, it is
yeah.
straight above.
Okay.
So there are casted shadows, but it is broad daylight, and you
Yeah.
are carrying a door above your head. So
Yeah.
it's
I mean, yeah, hug the wall, give us some
okay.
cover.
So just
Oh,
literally doing the L shape of the building.
yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah,
The
yeah.
highest
Da,
was
da.
22. Okay. All right. So as you guys cover the 20 and you start going the 50 feet toward the corner of the L shape, you start seeing windows along the building that are eye level.
Okay.
And
My
as you
eye level or Merida's eye level?
pretty much all of you, like all of you can see into the windows, is what I'm saying. So, and as you guys are going, you're trying to be stealthy and you're hearing, hey, hey, why are you, hey, hey, like knocking from the inside of the
Uh-huh,
building
uh-huh,
and like voices coming through. As you look at the windows, you're seeing faces of other people like,
uh-huh,
hey, hey,
uh-huh.
Like trying to get our attention.
yes.
Yeah.
Let me out. Let me out of here.
You guys complete all the way to the L shape. At the end of the L shape, there is another door, and then you start going this way another 50 feet.
Uh-huh.
And once again, actually, hey, why are you guys outside? It's not rec time yet. Hey, hey, is that a panda? Hey,
Oh my god.
hey.
Yep, we're just gonna keep ignoring them and just keep going.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys reach the end of the 50. Now, from this point in time, you've passed the fountain. You're about to pass the building.
Uh-huh.
There is 50 feet of open terrain from the building to the fence.
Mm.
Once you get to the fence, it is all open terrain. Past the
Mhm.
fence, around the fence, behind you, everywhere.
Yep.
50 feet of open in every direction.
Yep.
I need another group stealth check.
Mhm. That's a 14.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
24.
Okay. There were only 2 successes in that one.
Mhm.
Okay. So as you get to the end of the building, okay, we're almost there. You're confident this entire time. You've had basically an entire building full of people trying to knock on the windows to see you. So were we really that stealthy? And you exit the building into this open terrain, trying to get to the next 15-foot electrified fence to see what you're about to do. 4 arrows fire from the top of the 5-story guard tower.
Mhm.
Okay, that one may not. Merida, that's a 14.
Nope.
Okay. That one. Yorick, that's a 14.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. And then Garrison and Vidar. No, those were 16s, and you guys are 17 and 20. Okay.
Does the door give me any extra cover? It's a steel door. I mean,
Technically, it could be used as a shield, giving +2.
Well, pretty much what happens is you hear the zoop, 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 zoop.
Yeah.
One of them goes right in between Merida's legs, landing between your feet on the ground. One of them impacts Zenthas. Vidar, yours goes right above your head, and then Garrison, you hear ping because it hits your fucking door. So yes, if you're wondering, yes.
Yo,
Man, yo, hit my door.
Does he know about the DORE?
Jesus Christ.
The door.
That is, oh God. Zenthas, that is 23 points of piercing damage. As these 4 arrows shoot toward your party, and one of them, as you guys are going this way, the arrow comes from the right side where the tower is and goes right into his collarbone at this angle and just pierces out his shoulder and just sticks into his body. It's not going anywhere. And
It ain't going nowhere.
What he notices and what you guys notice is as it pierces in and comes out, it prongs on this side where the arrow is, and it prongs on this side where the back is. It just
So it's to leave the arrow in.
Yeah, it is in there. That was 23 points, and then a familiar. Only this one's not ear deafening. You do hear it, and it is everything, including the sky above you, where the afternoon sun is at its brightest, which Garrison you would know. The entire area turns a shade of red as this guard tower turns into a red beacon of light and not the top.
Does that make me camouflage?
Pretty much, yeah. That would just make you like a silhouette, like a furry silhouette. But not like a what am I thinking of? Like a light tower for ships.
Yeah.
The entire
lighthouse.
Tower.
Yeah,
lighthouse. The entire tower. The entire 5-story tower turns red and starts filtering this red light in circles all around. Just... So, what are you guys doing?
Keep going.
At that point, you guys would have reached the fence. The arrows were fired. The alarm is going off. Everything is now red, which is kind of fucking with your vision a little bit. The noise isn't ear deafening. You can still hear each other, but now like stealth is a little more difficult because now people know someone is there. They might not know you are there, but they know someone is there.
Yeah.
And you guys reach the fence. Another electrified. It is still electrified. So what would you guys like to do from here?
Vidar, you got any more of those acid blobs?
Yeah.
You got any more balls, Vidar?
I got 2 of them right here.
Yeah. Can you shoot?
You only have
2
one more.
Yeah, I can shoot 2. I can go pew pew.
He's got one more?
Yeah, he only has 2 balls. He shot one.
Oh, yeah.
I've also got acid splash.
Joke's on you. I had a third one.
You only had 3?
I have hemorrhoids.
So proud. I have hemorrhoids. I'm so proud of this.
Yeah, I'll shoot 2 globs of acid at the fence. Just being pure.
All right, roll to hit for each one. And again, it's not to see if you miss. It's to see if you bypass the...
Dirty 20 and a 13.
The 13 does not. So the 13, much to your chagrin, you shoot it, and it just splashes and does nothing. The 20, however, hits, splashes, and starts to disintegrate. I need initiative.
No.
You guys are all good, right? It's approaching 11 o'clock. Is everyone okay?
I'm getting a little bit EP.
Alright.
I could probably go 10, 15 more minutes.
Probably do like one round of combat.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Jam.
All right. Merida.
2.
2. Zenthas.
19.
Hell yeah. Garrison.
18.
And Vidar.
12.
12.
12.
That's that.
The only good thing about initiative is I can't roll lower than an 11.
There you go. So we're gonna do Zenthas. What's your dex plus 4?
4.
So you're gonna go at the same time as one of them. Awesome. All right, cool. So top of the round is Zenthas and one of the guards. So go ahead, Zenthas. He's gonna go at the same time as you.
Where are the guards at? Are they up in the tower?
Well, as you shoot it and it starts to disintegrate the fence, you guys know that someone has a bead on you. They just shot arrows at you. What you also start hearing is footsteps coming from ground troops and closing in on you. What direction? Unknown at this point, but you do start hearing the heavy footsteps. So it's not like a video game where just, oh, look, they're there. No, you start hearing them from a distance starting to close in.
You ever fought a naked man?
You ever fought a naked man? I have. All right. So we've got Zenthas and one of the guards going at the same time. We've got Garrison and then a guard. And then we have Vidar and a guard. And then Merida. It's like, okay, so after every single one of you is a guard.
Nice.
That works. That works. All right. Yep. So Zenthas, go ahead.
All right. So I can see the guard approaching.
Nope. You hear him. Oh, but that one right there. Okay, so that's going to be, yep. All right, gotcha. Nope, you can hear him.
Would I be able to tell what direction he's coming from?
If you want to take your action to make a perception check, go ahead. A perception? Yeah. If you want to take your action to make a perception check, go ahead.
Just get out. Just get out.
That's a 16.
One of them is coming from the direction of the building that you guys stealth around. And then the other two, you're not quite sure.
We're on sand and dirt.
Dirt, sand, grass.
Okay.
Healthy mixture of everything. Some places your feet sink, some don't.
I'm so glad that it's a bonus action. Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus. Oh no, I have to use my action to transform. Damn.
Yes.
I thought I could.
Nope. I made that an action for a reason.
Yeah, I thought I could be smart about it. Well,
I don't allow smart in my game.
I am going to. I'm gonna ready poison spray.
You're gonna hold your action?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold. So I'm gonna get it ready.
Okay.
His mouth is gonna start like not really foaming, but like dripping with this like viscous liquid.
Zenthas has rabies, guys. Sorry.
Just get through the hole.
All right. So yeah, just get through the hole, man. Find the hole and go through it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Garrison, why not? Roll me a d4.
Two.
2?
2.
That would be Zenthas. All right, fantastic.
Should have went through the holes of this.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Jesus fucking, okay. What are you at for health right now?
101.
Oh, fantastic. That is 27 points of piercing damage. As another arrow sticks right through your right shoulder blade and comes out the front, and once again prongs on both sides.
Shish kebabbin.
Yep.
Would Zenthas have a threshold to where he would transform after getting to a certain level of hell? Or
Well, I mean, I did that with his Ghost Rider, but that was because of like rage and desperation. I don't know. Woody? I'm not really sure. We never set that up.
yeah, we never discussed that one. He met his demise way too early.
I usually go with a quarter. That's usually what, if you reach a quarter of your health, then it's an automatic.
Okay, so I
If
still
you
have a little bit to go.
Yeah, if you have any kind of transformation, it's usually a quarter health. It's automatic without your discretion, without your choice. All right. Garrison, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Zenthas and I'm gonna throw him through the hole.
Okay. Your passive perception is insane.
Mhm.
Now, he lobbed this acid ball. The first one failed. The second one did not. And it started just
Oh,
before
it's the hole's not done yet.
that part.
Okay.
It started just before you went into combat. So you go to grab him and you look at the fence and it's not completely eaten away yet. So it's up to you.
I mean, no, obviously.
What's a little electricity? What's a little electricity?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to try and position the door in a way that gives us cover and me shade at the same time. Like I'm going to step in front of everybody, and hold the door up so it still blocks the sun, but also kind of gives them some cover.
Well, as a point of interest, what you realize right off the bat is this red light is bypassing the sun altogether.
Oh, so I don't know where the sun is.
The sun isn't doing any
The
damage
sun
to you at
isn't.
this point.
Yeah, so you could just use it as a full-on shield and not have to worry about
Like
blocking the sun.
you begin to maneuver the door, and you're realizing that where the sun should be piercing, it's not touching you. This
Okay.
red light is taking it out completely.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to use it to give us some cover while we wait for this door to melt.
Give me an intelligence check. See if you can set it in a way that meets your specifications.
Oh, that's just somewhere. Intelligence. So 16.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, so the door, so 16? Okay.
Yep.
So everybody is going to get a +1 to their AC. So keep that in mind.
Cool.
All right. Alrighty. Who wants to roll the D4 now? It's not at the point yet where I'm deciding who's getting shot. So I'm gonna let you guys do it. Roll me a D4.
I'll do it. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay, so that's Mr. Garrison. That is a 23 to hit.
Oh, I get a plus what?
1.
No, well, it's like a shield, right?
Yeah, no, I'm the way you positioned it, I'm giving everyone a +1 to their AC. So it's not like a shield.
Then I guess that hits.
Because you're covering 4 people.
Yeah.
So I can't give everyone a shield bonus.
Yeah.
All right. So that is that is 25 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
And we would have partial cover, right?
Well, that's the +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's the +1. But that is 25 points of piercing damage. As you position this door and you think it's just right, especially for the one that just shot Zenthas, you put it in front of the team, and then from your left comes an arrow right into your shoulder. And of course, it's inside. It doesn't come out anywhere. It goes straight into your shoulder, straight into your chest, and then prongs on the inside. So you got a couple of spikes that come out from the inside of your chest, and then this one prongs out here.
Cool.
Vidar, you're up, sir.
All right.
Keep working on that wall.
Just hang in there. A couple more minutes.
I am going to just shoot another acid ball at the gate to see if I can speed up the melting process.
Okay. All right. Roll to hit. It's a little less now because it's already melting.
Yeah. So the first one is the 13 to hit.
Okay.
And the second one is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, they both hit at this point. That 13 would hit at this point because you've already hit it once.
Nice.
Yep. Nice.
Okay. All right. So
that'll be EOT for me.
Okay. Got it. All right. And then the guard after Vidar. Someone roll me a D4.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
1.
1? Oh, that's Merida.
I'm sorry, Merida.
No, you're not.
Wow, how could you?
Merida, please.
That is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Damn, I'm so sorry.
Just barely.
That is 21 points of piercing damage. So how are you guys positioned, by the way? Because I can imagine Garrison's holding this door. So
I'm apparently doing nothing.
I'm thinking that Garrison's holding the door facing the direction where the arrows are coming from. We're all behind Garrison next to the fence as I'm shooting it with acid.
Okay,
and as soon as the acid blows a hole in it, I'm assuming we're all going to be running through.
So you would be facing the fence.
Yes, I'm facing the fence. My back
Zenthas,
is where the arrows are coming from.
Zenthas would have been facing the building where he identified the first one. Garrison would be facing the building where he saw the first one shoot Zenthas. And where is Merida? Just kind of
Merida is probably somewhere between Garrison and the door.
Okay.
Because she's tiny.
So just as a point of interest, all right. Garrison now has this door facing the building where Zenthas was first shot. He got shot in the left shoulder, which means this point is facing the guard tower. Where Merida gets shot is up and over. Her arrow goes straight down in. It gets from the air as an arc. Just so you guys are aware of where everything is coming from. So the first one was straight on. The other one came from the left where the door isn't facing, and the other one came from the sky.
All right.
Merida, you are up with Zenthas on deck. Unless, do you guys want to end it here? Because that was round 1.
I think round 1 would be a good spot to call it for tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So remember, This mini series will be for when not everyone is able to attend the campaign. If like a legitimate reason and you can't make it, we'll do this. And this isn't one of those things where you guys all have to be there in order for it to continue. It's really like just because you guys are trapped in combat. Like let's say that all I had for the mini series was Judd and Kara and Keegan. I could just do a whole other section of the prison with those three. So it's this mini series is come and go. It's really not that difficult. There's so many other sections of this. So if you can't make it, don't feel pressured. Just I got you. All right. So we're gonna end that here. Yeah. And yeah, we'll end it here. So don't leave yet, guys.
Yep.
Don't leave yet.